I present to you your queen, Queen Buttercup.
Boo! Boo! Rubbish, filth, slime, muck. Boo! Boo!
What's up, guys? Boy Benny. What's the biggest lie your government's ever told you? I'm talking like demonstrable, proven lies. There are a lot of contenders in the modern era, all throughout COVID, all throughout the pandemic, all throughout the 2020 election, the BLM riots, Russia collusion, the list goes on and on. But I would possibly argue that the most pernicious and egregious lie, totally demonstrably false, is that Joe Biden's the most popular president in American history. It's proven time and time again to be so farcical, so insane, that you can travel to these states. You see here a map of states that Joe Biden won in the 2020 election, and you can go into the darkest blue areas of the country. Let's go here, ladies and gentlemen, like right here in Massachusetts. Massachusetts, a place where Joe Biden won by 65% of the vote. If you travel to that state, and if Joe Biden walks freely on the streets of that state, dare I say Joe Biden walks freely on the streets of that state's private islands, in communities that you could only get to by private plane or ferry, you'd assume that Joe Biden would be very, very popular in a place like that. And you'd be wrong. Here's how Joe Biden celebrated Christmas with protesters on a Democrat-run private island screaming in his face about sending him to prison. Biden, you can't hide, we'll charge you with genocide. That was happening at a Christmas tree lighting. It also happened as Joe Biden took a stroll. They're calling him a criminal. These people aren't wearing MAGA hats. These people are Democrats inside of the Democrat Party, inside of the corporate infrastructure of the Democrat Party. These are the people that allegedly voted for Joe Biden in Massachusetts, where Joe Biden won 65% of the vote. So that's not good. We're going to put you in prison. We're going to charge you with genocide. We're going to lock you up. That's what they're chanting in states that Joe Biden won in one part of the country. So let's go on over to another part of the country, about as far away from Massachusetts as you can get, Hawaii. Look at this. Joe Biden won Hawaii by the same margin. 63% of the vote went to Joe Biden. Oh man, what a romp. Joe Biden won everything there in Hawaii, kind of like the same as Massachusetts. Yet when Joe Biden goes to this place where he won, where he's beloved, where everyone voted for him, how's he greeted exactly? Here's how people in Hawaii greeted Joe Biden.
Wow, he's finally here. Wow, yeah. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, thanks for nothing. Thanks for nothing. Fuck you. 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 Hey, right here. You, Joe Biden. You.
Well, that's not very aloha, as they would say. Let's head on over here to a place called Pennsylvania. Now, Joe Biden won Pennsylvania by the slimmest of margins. Don't worry, they had to count all night and the next day. Actually, they paused counting, of course. Joe Biden squeaked it on out with just a couple hundred, like 100,000 votes. Less than 100,000 vote difference between Biden and Trump there. Yet, Joe Biden claims to be, he's from Pennsylvania, he's from Scranton. Jill Biden from Philadelphia, she's a big Eagles fan. So you'd assume that Joe Biden would be, greeted, the native son would be greeted quite proudly in Philadelphia. Let's go ahead and check in Joe Biden in Philadelphia.
Welcome to
Loser! Loser! I mean, these are people showing up to see Joe Biden to scream at him. Okay, so we've crisscrossed the nation once. Let's do it one more time. California. Can't do better than that. Look at this. Joe Biden got 11 million votes in California. 63% of the vote. 63%. Locking in these 65, 63% margins, okay, in these blue states. So Joe Biden's got to be safe there, right? Right? Especially in like super liberal, super elitist Lake Tahoe, right? Right? You'd be wrong.
Talking to the UAW, obviously I'm concerned. I think that there should be a circumstance where the jobs that are being displaced, replaced with new jobs, they should go to the first choice should go to the UAW members who had the job, and the salary should be commensurate.
Boo! Listen to that. He can't even talk over the amount of booing he's getting in California. So yes, the biggest lie your government's told you, and there are so many, but the biggest lie is that Joe Biden's the most popular president ever. How about right outside of Washington, D.C., a place called Virginia? Virginia, the reason the vote totals look like that is because of the bloated government obesity that flops itself over into what used to be a consistently Republican and red state, but because Republicans can't rein in the spending and the cancer of the federal government, that now bleeds into states like Virginia. And you've seen the chaos ensue there. But Virginia voted pretty soundly for Joe Biden. About 400,000 votes more in favor of Biden in the 2020 election. 54% there. So win by 10 points. You'd assume that Joe Biden going to Virginia and giving a speech about the Democrats' foremost favorite topic, baby sacrifice, worshiping literally Moloch in an arena with a bunch of women who are barren and childless and miserable and addicted to pills, would be a very easy slam dunk for Joe Biden. Instead, earlier this week, Joe Biden was met with literally minutes on end of protests inside of this hermetically sealed, perfect environment for Joe Biden to simply give a speech to worship Moloch. Check this out. It's painful, actually.
The reason women are being forced to travel out of state, this is going to go on for a while. They got this plan. Look, please don't jump. Folks, the extreme laws passed by Dobbs have no place in the United States of America. Down. It helps so many women. And her right to make deeply personal. We're going to have this going to go on for a while. Wade, with their Dobbs decision.
Yeah, so, ladies and gentlemen, things aren't going great. If Joe Biden can't give a speech without at least a half an hour straight of heckling from his own side, then you can rest assured that this guy is doomed. You can trust that. Now, there is a place that is even more secure for a guy like Joe Biden than the hermetically sealed bubble of unhappy liberal white women in suburban Virginia. And that is the black churches of the Deep South, which are totally and wholly controlled by Democrat oligarchs inside of the Democrat Party, like James Clyburn, the guy in South Carolina that won Joe Biden the presidency, won Joe Biden, at the very least, the nomination, right? Joe Biden was getting 4th and 5th, respectively, in Iowa and New Hampshire, and had utterly collapsed. Collapsed physically and mentally and electorally. James Clyburn swooped in to save Joe Biden and rallied behind him at the behest, of course, of Barack Obama, who was centrally organizing the entire thing. So Joe Biden speaking at a church in South Carolina should be an easy slam dunk. This should be the easiest possible speech that you could ever give. You should be worshipped and praised here with the boom clap hallelujah of a bunch of dutiful parishioners that simply nod along like lemmings to whatever Joe Biden's babbling and spitting out of his dentures. But instead...
Darkness.
If you really care about the lives lost here, you should honor the lives lost and call for a ceasefire in Palestine. Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
Oh, yeah. So Joe Biden's getting rocked around the country. And what's happening here? Well, Barack Obama's watching from afar, his Muppet president, and he's saying, holy shit. Like, I've done effed up. I gotta do something. And they're sending out now the warning signals, the flashing red lights. All of the Obama apparatchiks who are on TV are starting to all say the same thing.
And I would stay hidden, and I'll tell you why. He doesn't inspire confidence, and he's not a great messenger for himself.
Ex-Obama official tells Biden to stay hidden. He doesn't inspire confidence. Not a great messenger for himself. When Joe Biden was heckled for minutes on end in Virginia, what exactly was Joe Biden's message to those women? Let's have a listen.
Teach Donald Trump a valuable lesson. Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get the benefit.
Don't mess with women in America unless you want to get a benefit. What benefit would that be, Joe Biden? Maybe we should ask Tara Reid. All the Obama people on TV are starting to say Joe Biden needs to keep his mouth shut and he needs to go away. He needs to hide in his basement again. They're literally saying we need a new pandemic.
Our senior advisor to President Obama, David Axelrod, has been calling out the president's age as a big problem. Axelrod's latest comment, I think he has a 50-50 shot here, but no better than that, maybe a little worse. He thinks he can cheat nature here, and it's really risky.
So risky, in fact, that Barack Obama is going to have to start fundraising for his own presidency. Barack Obama secretly attending donor meetings with Jill in Seattle because Joe Biden legitimately is so unhealthy he can't do it anymore. It's getting bad out there. So bad that Michelle Obama is having to leave her lap of luxury mansion, oceanside, on private islands, either the private islands that boo Joe Biden, in order to mule and moan about how powerful the presidency is and how Joe Biden is losing it for Democrats.
That keep me up because you don't have control over them. Mm-hmm. And you wonder, where are we in this? Where are our hearts? What's going to happen in this next election? Mm-hmm. I am terrified about what could possibly happen.
We're terrified.
Because our leaders matter. Ooh. Who we select, who speaks for us, who holds that bully pulpit. Yeah. It affects us in ways that sometimes I think people take for granted.
Mm-hmm. Don't be shocked if Michelle Obama sneaks her way into the 2024 race. These are the headlines. Joe Biden can't go to Democrat strongholds and give speeches without his own side screaming him off the stage. Black churches, unhappy liberal white women addicted to pills in the suburbs of Virginia, California, Hawaii, private islands in Massachusetts. And we didn't even get to like New Jersey, Connecticut, and all the other states where he gets protested. Everywhere he goes. It's getting bad out there, but it's getting nice and cozy and warm in here. You feel that energy? Something's changing. America First is back, baby. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe, and stay exceedingly, incredibly, indubitably based.